And hello again, and here we are in my garage, and today's been a good day because I've collected 2 seats from Anthony, the upholsterer. Here's the seat for my Z650/1170 project. Looks very nice, so very well done. And yeah, he actually copied this from a sanctuary build in Japan that I showed him a photograph of, so pretty happy with that. So let me just put that away a second, and we'll move on to something that's not quite so good. Because here we have my Guzzi seat unit and the seat, which I gave him some very clear directions about what to do with it, and it's my fault because I wasn't that clear, and there's a big problem with it, and so let's now see what that problem might be. And as you can see, it's quite a big problem because there's a massive big gap here between the back of the tank and the front of the seat, which shouldn't be there. And there's 2 reasons for that. First of all, I wasn't clear with Anthony about how I wanted this front to look. I just assumed he would know, but of course he didn't know. So he's done it the same width as the rest of the seat. What I wanted him to do was curve it around and slim it down here. Not sure you can tell what I'm doing here, but yeah, like a curve here to match the curve of the tank. Now, obviously that's a bit of my problem on my part. It's not his fault at all. It's a beautifully made seat, fits perfectly to the seat base, so I've not got any complaints about that at all. It's just me not being too clear about things. But the big problem is, I think I can live with this, but it needs to go further forward against the back of the tank. And to do that, it won't, and I'm not sure why it won't. Well, I know why it won't, but why on earth that's a problem right now and it wasn't in the past, I'm not sure about. So I think what we'll have to do is take the seat off and inspect what's going on behind here to stop it from going all the way forward. Okay, so let's take this off now, and as you can see, it's held in place by a bracket at the back, and also these 2 loops at the front, which engage with these 2 prongs. That's quite a complicated way of doing it because this was modelled on a seat and the way it was mounted of a Ducati SS900 from back in the day, a bevel drive. And the reason for that was because that's the seat I had on the bike originally, but I wasn't happy with it in the end, so it got changed. But of course I kept the mounting method. So I think what's happening here is this damn boss is in the way. Let me put that away very slowly, very carefully. Don't want to damage it. Right, yes. So yeah, I think the problem is this here. This boss at the back of the tank is used to hold the back of the tank down with a rubber ring that goes below here. Can't remove it, that's what's required. So I think what's happening is the front edge of the seat and the neoprene that I've got between the sandwich there to protect the seat base and the seat base itself is hitting this and stopping it from going all the way. Bit of a problem. Now, I seem to recall when I last did it, the seat actually slid beneath it. It just about fitted beneath there, but I'm not sure, I can't remember now. So I think the seat would look a lot better if it was lower anyway, so then it can go forward. Now, if it was lower, it would mean the leading edge of the seat would hopefully go beneath this boss. I think that was the original intention all those years ago when I sort of put this thing together. Now, the good news is that I've actually got a bag here full of spaces and whatever because I've been playing around with the height of these prongs because I wanted it to be parallel with the seat rails, obviously. So the good news is I've got 2 spaces there that I can take out and drop down this this bracket here, which might mean the seat can then go forward all the way the way it needs to. Now that will mean I need to redo the bracket at the back, but that's not a problem. It's just a simple stainless steel bracket. I can re-drill it or whatever, or remake it for about the 3rd time. Not a great problem. So let's make a start then. I'll remove this bracket here, take out the spacers and drop it down and see whether that will allow the whole thing to go forward. And if it can, the fact it's lower and more forward might mean it'll actually look a lot better because it's obviously less of a way of having a gap here. Anyway, let's start next and see how it looks. Okay, so now I've dropped this bracket down by taking out these spacers, so let's see how the seat fits now. And so now with that bracket lowered, sure enough, the seat can go further forward as it should do. That's a great improvement. I will have to remake the bracket at the back, of course, and it's still not quite right because I've still got a bit of a gap here. Not as big as it was, but there's a gap, and the reason for that is because it's so wide here. It needs to be narrower, sort of where my finger is there, it should be sort of coming in like that and rounded off. Okay, so that's a lot better then, but it's still not perfect. So the plan is, I think, is to I'll have to remake this bracket here, or rather I just need to drill some holes actually further down so it drops the damn thing down equal to the height at the front. Then what I'll do is I'll mount it and hopefully finish the bike, and at some point in the future I'll take the bike, I'll ride the bike over to see Anthony, the upholsterer, and say, look, this is fantastic, but it's not quite right yet. It was my mistake. Can you please reupholster this particular seat here, at the front at least, and so it merges quite right here with a nice curve, rather than with a squared off front. If we can do that, then I think I will be happy at last. But as I say, it's so difficult to do when the bike's here. You know, I can't always explain what I want clearly to a upholsterer who's never seen the bike before. So yeah, it's not always ideal. Oh well, live and learn, live and learn. So I guess it's a case of one step forward and two steps back today. But as I say, I am very happy with the quality of the seats that Anthony's made for me, particularly the Kawasaki, which is based on a sanctuary build in Japan. And he's actually just been given another seat from me, a Giuliana seat for a Kawasaki that he's upholstering for me right now. So yeah, I'm very happy with his quality. So yeah, it's just a pity that my explanations of what I wanted at the time weren't that very clear, sadly. So lesson learned, and we'll try and improve next time. So anyway, that's enough of that for now. My tea's going cold, so I'll just finish that off, and then we'll try something else for the day. But for now, thanks for watching, and cheers.